And with no further introduction, post WrestleMania, post being in Philadelphia, post surviving an earthquake, I am back.
I did survive an earthquake.
Seriously, I'm back with Simon Miller, but we are actually here for the last match musical at the famous ECW Arena. I'm already.
So we just said,
I'm ready.
I've come to Philadelphia twice. We've done 2 interviews, and neither of us have slept in the interim. So we may as well call this the FLW Arena. Although it is cool, isn't it? I walked in and became 7. I was like, so cool. I went to the sign. For some reason, the mall was in the toilet, but I went to the bathroom, so I'm British. I went to the bathroom, I looked at that and took a picture. I'm like, why am I taking a picture in the restroom? But you have to do it. And it's really cool. I like being here.
Yeah.
And Gene Snitsky's here, and little Guido is here.
Listen.
And you're just like, this is awesome. This is cool.
There's no place like the ECW Arena. I like saying the ECW Arena. I mean, it is also known as the 2300, but there's so much iconography here and history, and we have the last match musical, which is also making history of its own because there's not been a show like this ever. So now you all are on an actual tour. About 2 years ago, it was just, some shows here and there in the New Jersey area, but you guys are grinding. You guys are all over the place. I mean, talk to us. What's that been like for you since coming off of WrestleMania?
So if they ever asked me again and it was post WrestleMania, I'd be like, nope. I'm going home for a few days first. That was a little bit intense, but maybe it was good, right? We stayed in the madness. So I would say this is the first day when I've woken up. Yesterday's show was our biggest show. Loads of people, raucous crowds. I'm blessed that my character gets to argue with them, so I'm giving. And today was the first time I woke up and I'd love a day off today. It's the first day because we have literally been going like, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And after a while, like, it's a different hotel every day. I'm like an old school WWF wrestler, old WWF, whatever. But it's like, it's just, it is a grind, but I don't like that word because it's an awesome experience. It's very positive, and grind has a negative connotation to it. But what people believe the grind to be, it absolutely is. And you get here and you have to make sure, am I going to find the energy tonight? When do I turn it on? So, but I've loved every second of it. And look, it's Saturday that we're recording this. I just couldn't remember the day. I go home a week Sunday. I know I'm going to wake up, no adrenaline, what's going on. So let's ride the wave as best we can. I've been in America for 2 months. What a cool thing to be able to say that I did. Right? I'm sure there will be a part 2 to all of this, but even if there's not, no one can ever take this away from me. So definitely hard work, harder than I was expecting, but also a really good time.
It's very interesting hearing you talk about the grind because as a wrestler, like you were just alluding to or stating rather, there is, you're traveling, but it's a different beast when you're traveling within a musical theater troupe and you're going to different cities, and there's a lot that goes into it, and you're singing, you're acting, you're wrestling, and you're also taking on a role that was before you were landed in it as Alexander Swagger. I mean, Matt Cardona was in this role as well.
Live up to that, Simon. What an idiot. What a moron.
Well, no, that's amazing. I mean, have you talked to Matt at all?
Literally last night. He was at the New York show. Okay. And we had an awesome conversation, like really, really cool, caught up. He said I keep it private because I don't know how much he wants me to share. But yeah, really, really nice. Really, really nice chat. And I certainly took elements of what he did, but I tried to make it my own as well. Today I had my first one. I had my first tweet reply going, well, it was good, but it wasn't as good as Cardona. If I only get one, I'll take it. I think that's pretty good. People have been really kind, and that's what has really taken me aback. Because with the wrestling, I'm not saying this as like a humble brag. I'm an okay wrestler, and that's fine. I enjoy wrestling, but I'm never going to change the world with my wrestling. But it did mean when I came here, I had I know what I'm doing with wrestling. Like, it'd be fine. Yeah. The acting I've only been doing a couple of years. It's my first sort of proper acting gig, and I was like, and it's an interesting role too because when in the rehearsal space, I was like, okay, I'm going to use all my skills I've learned as an actor. It took me aside, and that's not what we want. You need to be big and over the top, and we need crazy levels of energy. Yes. And I'm like, that's interesting to me because it's still acting, but it's kind of silly act. I don't know what the right word is, but I'm sure if a classically trained actor saw it, they'd be like, that's overacting like crazy. But within the confines of the show, that's what you have to be. Yes. So it's another way to look at what acting could be. So the fact that some people have come and said very nice words has been the coolest experience because I could have been terrible at it. And again, you don't know until you try something. Right. But everyone seems really, really pleased. And the cast is great, and they've been helping me along too. So yeah, I was definitely intimidated taking it on from Matt. But after talking to him last night and all the, like I say, kind words, I think we're onto something. I think so. We'll see.
I think so.
You'll have to come and see it. And if you don't like it, you can tell me on Twitter. That's how it works.
That's how it works. Exactly. And I love the fact that you noted the differences between theater acting and acting for TV film. I mean, for TV film, you're told to tone it down a bit, especially for drama. And then for theater, it's like, just like you said, you have to be big, you have to be loud, you have to project. I mean, do you feel that after this is all said and done, you pretty much have a good foundation going back to like TV and film acting, that you can pull your experience from doing this to that?
I think so. I hope so. Like, I mean, when I first got into it, that was my goal, was TV. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in this crazy world? But yes, I think so, because I think maybe I brought some of that to the rehearsing we did. And then to be told, oh no, go completely the other way with it. It's like anything. When you do something that's so different, when you come back the other way, you can think, well, how far did I have to push it in that direction? So maybe I can actually push it further in this direction. Maybe I don't need to move my head at all on television, just a wink of an eye or a flutter of an eyelash. So yeah, no, I do think it's going to help. And also, if nothing else, from a logistics side of view, the amount of times they've said words, what? I don't know the theatre terms. And they walked around saying, what did they say on day one? No, it wasn't places. It was some word they were saying. I was like, yeah. I was like, what does that mean?
Fake it till you make it work. I know where I'm going.
I just walked left, see what happens. No, it was, things like that are important because you get used to a certain, just a way of working, right? Like today, we had some interesting directorship. We went too long yesterday. I think as people are enjoying the crowd a bit too much. So I just took the director and the producer aside and I said, look, my character is designed to interact with the crowd. To use wrestling lingo, do you want me to step on my pops? Do you want me to let the crowd go, essentially? I said, yes, but no. So that's interesting. So that's a new challenge for me this evening. How long do I let them go before I make sure I talk over them on purpose so the scene doesn't lose its momentum? Now, if it's a wrestling promo, you stand there for 10 minutes. If I'm not going to shut up, fine. That's not what we're trying to do here. So I'm very excited about tonight, not only because we're in this arena, but because I get to try something new. And that's what this whole tour has been about, like trying new things.
Trying new things. And speaking of trying new things, because the last time we talked here in Philly, we talked a little bit food. You said you were going to hold off on some certain delicacies like the cheesesteaks. Have you finally gotten to try it, or have you had no time since getting here?
Because of the role, I've literally eaten no nice food since I've been here.
You're just eating air.
And I still haven't lost any. The problem is, let's just be honest, right? The shorts I have to wear are really tight. They are skin tight shorts.
Got it.
So I was talking to Mickey James about this, as you do. So you drop that name down there. I'd have to get to ridiculous levels of body fat to actually. So I've been dieting. Still not at the levels that I want. But also, I'm tired. We've got to that point now where I've run out of food that I bought in stores. So we're on DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats aren't delivering my chicken that I ordered at 1 in the morning.
As you do.
So it's gotten to the point where, but I mean, we're all going to Jimmy's Seafood tomorrow because we have Monday off. So I think that will be the first time I have a nice meal because we've only got a week left. I ain't dropping any more percentage of body fat. I'm tired. I'm not getting enough sleep anyway. I'm not getting any sleep. So I'm not going to relax my diet because I think the role is, I mean, you could do it in a heelish way. He's actually a big fat guy. It would still be funny. Yeah. But that's not, it hired me to look like, they didn't tell me anything. Like, this is what I took onto the role. But I want to look as in good shape as possible. So that to me is, I'm comparing it. I'm not saying I'm this level. What does The Rock do when he prepares for a role? What does Chris Hemsworth do?
Yes.
The Marvel guys. That's what they do. And I thought, you know what? I want to try and do that experience as well. Can I do it on the road? Really hard. And like sometimes I just don't eat any food because I can't find anything. But again, that's an experience. Again, I want to make out this case. That was my decision. No one went, don't eat. No one has said that to me. I wanted to see how I could do that. Yeah. And that's really hard about doing the touring thing as well. But it's okay. It's all good.
It's all good.
I had Subway chicken today. That is not real chicken. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I gave up Subway quite some time ago because I found that.
It's the last thing I have said, but it's not an advert either. They didn't give me any money.
Exactly. It's all good. One last question for you because you mentioned Mickey James. What has it been like working with her?
Surreal. So she missed the first part of the rehearsal process because she was out in Australia wrestling because she's a mega star. And then she just turns up, she smashes her role in like 3 days, of course she does. And she's just been, you would never know she has reached the heights that she has. There's no ego, there's no pretense. She's so lovely, she's so nice. Again, I won't mention what she did do, but there was some, when we were working out the wrestling with me and Anthony, who's the guy I wrestled with at the end, there were some things that I wasn't comfortable with, some things that weren't clicking for me. And I didn't really have the courage, I suppose, to speak up. Didn't want to make a fuss. Mickey, being the flipping Hall of Famer that she is, she knew it, took me aside and said, I think we should tweak this. And as soon as Mickey James says something, people listen, right? So she's gone out of her way to help everybody. I've seen it with Michaela and everybody else. She's she's wonderful to have, and obviously she's a draw. Of course she is, to use more wrestling lingo that I can't stop using. And yeah, it's been a real pleasure to have her on this tour, and I think we're all better for having her here because she has, again, she's an amazing singer, but she has all the wrestling experience. She understands the road, so she can help you out with that too. And she's just always there to help people out. And when she could have come in here and been a horrible person, but you know, you've achieved so much. It gives you a certain level of gravitas to come in and act how you want to act. She's not like that. I feel blessed to be able to meet her and work with her. It's been really cool.
Oh, wonderful. We love Mickie James. The mother. Literally, her character is called the mother in this.
She's very funny.
Yes.
Don't come see it for me. Come see it for Mickie James.
There you go. Well, thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Always.
I love the fact that we've done this weird 360. We've come back to Philly.
That's how it is.
And I'd love to say we can end it with this. We're off to Baltimore tomorrow. But we'll pretend this is the last show and it'll be better.
And there it is. And I'm sure we'll do this again in a different venue.
Yeah, hopefully a holiday. I can go see some of Philly and then we'll do an interview. We'll just talk about that. We'll talk about tourist hotspots.
Yes, that's stay tuned for that. That's the next one. Part 3. It's happening. Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you, Kate. It's always a pleasure seeing you.
Oh,
are you watching the show tonight as well?
Oh, of course. I will be here.
Let me know what you think.
I will be typing. I will be taking pictures and video and putting my reviews on Twitter and all that stuff. So yes, we're watching. Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for watching.